Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at a really significant update coming to Aadhaar.
That's right.
It promises to, well, change quite a bit about how we handle our digital identity. I mean, if you've ever been stuck going to centers, wrestling with paperwork, just, endless photocopies to update Aadhaar details.
Oh, yeah. We've all been there.
Exactly. It can be a real hassle. But what if you could do most of that right from your phone? That's the idea behind a brand new app.
And we've looked at news reports, tech sites, discussions, trying to get the full picture for you.
So what's the core story here?
Well, the big news is that UIDAI, the Unique Identification Authority of India, they're building this new mobile app.
Okay.
There was actually a beta version launched just back on April 8th, 2025 by a union minister.
This is already in testing.
It is.
Right.
And the main goal really is making Aadhaar easier to use and, importantly, more secure. They're using tech like QR code scanning and Face ID verification.
Face ID like on smartphones.
Pretty much, yeah, leveraging that kind of tech.
Okay, that sounds like a big step up. So what really makes this new app different from, say, the Aadhaar app we have now? Is it just a fancier version?
Not really, no. The current Aadhaar app, it's mostly like a digital copy of your card, right? Good for showing your details.
Right.
This new one goes further. It adds two core new features. First is that Face ID authentication we mentioned.
Okay.
So the app uses AI, takes a live photo with your phone's camera, and checks it against the UIDAI database. Verifies it's you right there. Supposed to be super quick and secure.
Instant verification, basically.
Essentially, yes.
Uh-huh.
And the second bit of a big feature is QR code-based verification.
QR codes, they're everywhere now.
Exactly. So instead of showing your physical card or carrying copies, you just, scan a QR code with the app. Boom. Verify it on the spot.
That does sound way more efficient. User control. You mentioned choosing between full details or a masked version.
Yes, that's a key part.
Yeah.
You decide what info gets shared.
How does that work in practice?
Well, think about checking into a hotel. Maybe you only need to show basic proof of identity, so you use the masked version.
Right, just name and photo maybe?
Something like that. But for, say, registering property, you'd probably need to share the full details. You choose.
That puts a lot more control in the user's hands.
You?
Okay, that makes sense. And the convenience factor, I heard something about home updates.
Big news on that front. By November 2025, the plan is you'll be able to update your name, address, date of birth, even your mobile number, straight from the app at home.
Wow, no more trips just to update a phone number. That's huge.
It really is a game changer for those common updates. Just need to be clear, though, biometric updates like fingerprints or iris scans. Those will still need a visit to an authorized center. You need the special hardware for that.
Okay, understood. Convenience is great. But back to security for a second. If we're not exchanging physical copies, how is this actually more secure? Seems counterintuitive, maybe.
Yeah, I get why you'd ask that. But it is designed to be more secure. Firstly, data only gets shared when you explicitly consent, and only the data that's needed. No more oversharing with photocopies.
Okay.
Plus, there are AI security layers built in. They look for odd activity, like someone trying to access your data from a weird place.
It flags suspicious attempts.
Exactly. And you get visibility. You can actually see a log of where your Aadhaar was used for authentication. If you see something wrong, you might even be able to revoke permissions.
That transparency sounds really useful. What about linking it with other things? Is it going to connect to PAN cards, driving licenses?
That's definitely the plan. Think of it becoming a sort of central digital identity hub. Integration with PAN, driving license, passport info is expected.
Okay.
Also, connections with services like DigiLocker, Digiatra for airports, maybe even Ayushman Bharat for health.
So a single point for lots of digital ID stuff.
That seems to be the vision. Oh, and they're also looking at simplifying the updates for kids. The biometric updates needed around age 5 and then again at 15.
Right, those can be tricky for parents.
Exactly. Making that smoother is also a focus.
So bringing it all together, when can people actually start using this? Is it out yet?
Not quite yet for the general public. It's still in beta testing. But the rollout on Android and iOS is expected, well, relatively soon. Those full home update features we talked about, probably closer to November 2025.
Got it. So this new Aadhaar app, it really feels like a major leap. Faster, easier identity checks, simpler updates, and potentially more secure too.
Absolutely. The whole idea of using QR codes and Face ID points towards a future where maybe you don't even need to carry the physical card much. A truly digital identity controlled by you.
It's quite a shift.
It is. And it leads to a final thought, really, for you listening. When sharing your identity becomes this easy, this seamless, How much more aware, maybe even cautious, do you personally need to be to really protect your digital self in this new landscape?